Hello everyone, welcome to Educare 247. This is the fifth lecture of Revision Series for SEBI Grade A 2020-21. In our fifth lecture, we'll be discussing MCQs of accounting for share capital transactions. This topic is the part of commerce and accountancy, and this series is very useful for your upcoming SEBI Grade A examination. You can follow all the lectures to revise your concepts for SEBI Grade A. Accounting for share capital transaction is the part of commerce and accountancy syllabus. You can see that under this you have to read bonus shares and right shares as well. And this is the overall syllabus for commerce and accountancy. The first question is, which of the following is not shown under the heading share capital in a balance sheet? The answer is reserve capital. Under the share capital, subscribed capital, issued capital and authorized capital will be shown, but reserved capital will be not shown in the balance sheet. But there is a difference between capital reserve and reserved capital. Capital reserve will be shown under reserve and surplus. Now we'll discuss about what is the difference between reserved capital and capital reserve. Let us understand the difference between capital reserve and reserved capital. It is a bit tricky, so try to understand carefully. A portion of company profit will be kept aside and it will be used for a specific purpose is known as capital reserve. On the other hand, reserved capital is an uncalled share capital and it will be called up only in case of the liquidation of the company. So that is the basic difference. Capital reserve is the result of accumulating capital profit. It comes from the company's profit. On the other hand, reserved capital will be created out of authorized capital. So it will be created from the authorized capital. In a balance sheet, capital reserve will be shown under the head of reserves and surplus. But there is no need to disclose the reserve capital in a balance sheet. So in balance sheet, there will be no reserve capital, but capital reserve will be under reserve and surplus. There is a compulsion in the creation of capital reserve. For every company, there is a compulsion to create a capital reserve, but reserve capital, there is no compulsion. Company may create and may not create. For the creation of capital reserve, a special resolution should be passed by the company during the annual general meeting. So that is also very important point. Capital reserve has various usage like writing off the fictitious asset, capital losses, etc. But reserve capital will be used only when company is going for the liquidation. So that is the very important difference between these two. Please keep this point in your mind. The next question is, reserve capital is a part of, we have just discussed, it is a capital to be called up only in case of the liquidation of company. So D is the answer. We don't have to show the reserve capital in a balance sheet. This is very important point. Keep this point in your mind. Educare 247 has multiple courses for SEBI Grade A examination. We have comprehensive course for SEBI Grade A 2020. We have MCQ course for SEBI Grade A 2020. It is for paper 2. We have crash course for SEBI Grade A. It is for phase 1 and phase 2. Here paper 2, descriptive English and GA of paper 1 is covered. Here only paper 2 is covered. In comprehensive course, we have covered the complete syllabus of paper 1, paper 2, descriptive English, everything. So according to your preparation stage, you can join the courses. You can use the coupon code SEBI to get the discount on comprehensive course and crash course. There is no discount on MCQ course because it is already discounted. The next question is, authorized capital of a company is mentioned in. The answer is Memorandum of Association. Every company, irrespective of their size, type of business, category of business, its share will be classified under various type in financial statement. So it doesn't matter how big the company is and in which kind of business they are in, their share will be classified under various type in financial statement. And authorized capital is the maximum amount of the capital for which a share can be issued by company to their shareholders. So basically it is the value for which a share can be issued. It is a maximum value. Authorized capital is mentioned in Memorandum of Association of the company under capital clause. It is decided even prior to the incorporation of the company. Authorized capital can be increased at a time by following the specific law, whatever mentioned in the company law or some specific law, it can be increased. But at the time of incorporation, you must have decided your authorized capital and it will be mentioned in memorandum of association. There is a concept of paid up share capital. Okay, so let us understand what is it. It is the amount of money for which a share of the company were issued to shareholders and payment was made by the shareholders. Let us see, our authorized capital is 1 lakh, but we have not issued the share of 1 lakh. We have just issued the share of 50,000 and we have received the money from the shareholders. That is our paid up share capital. So that is also very important point. At any point of time, paid up capital will be less than or equal to authorized share capital, because authorized share capital is the maximum amount of capital for which a share can be issued. Companies Amendment Act 2015 has amended the Company Act and it says that no paid up capital requirement is there for the incorporation of the company. So basically a company can be formed even for rupees 1000 as a paid up capital. So this is the overall concept of authorized capital and paid up capital. The next question is, share issued by a company to its employees or directors in the consideration of intellectual property right are called. The answer is sweet equity share. Let us understand the concept of sweet equity share. Basically, it is such kind of share which are issued by the company to its directors or employees at a discount for the consideration other than cash. So if company are not able to enough cash to the directors and the employees, they will issue the sweet equity shares, and mostly it is for intellectual property rights or the value addition by the employee or director. So that is very important point. Sweet equity shares is one of the mode of making the share based payment to the employees by the company. The issue of sweet equity shares allows the company to retain the employee by rewarding them for their services. If employee is creating value for the company wants to retain them, for that they issue the sweet equity. So that is the concept for that. It is mentioned in the section 288 of the Companies Act 2013. So that is very important point. It can be asked in your examination, in which section the sweet equity shares is mentioned. Here we have talked about employee and value addition. So this is also defined in Rule 81 of the Company's Share Capital and Debentures Rule 2014. So that is also very important. For that we have to take this definition. So this is the important concept of sweet equity shares. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, like, share and comment and subscribe to Educare 247. Thank you and happy learning.